welcome to Somewhere in the World with Peter and Hinda. Join us on this journey as we take you to Uganda, where we were volunteering and traveling between January and May of 2008. We hope you will enjoy our photographs and stories and also learn something about the culture, the people, and the wildlife of Uganda.
Uganda is located in East Africa. Sitting on the equator, it is the landlocked country of some 30 million people bordered by Kenya, Tanzania, Sudan, Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Uganda is a very beautiful country with a varied landscape, as you will see from the photos, in the southwest near the borders of Rwanda and Congo, the northeast on the Sudan-Kenya border, and elsewhere throughout the country. This was our second volunteer experience with the American Jewish World Service in Uganda, the first being in 2004, also in Kampala.
This is where we lived in Kampala, our street and the entrance to our house, and these are the three people who worked in our compound. Meet Geoffrey, Kamwokya Margaret, and Jaja. Jaja means grandmother, a name given to older people including us. We will tell you more about that later on. The name of the NGO that we worked with this time is KCCC, Kamwokya Christian Caring Community. Kamwokya is one of the many slum communities in Kampala. About 80% of the people in Kampala live in similar settings: limited power and water, open sewers, very small houses, poor roads, and during the rainy season there is a lot of flooding. By the way, even though we lived in a fairly nice neighborhood, we had no power or water much of the time in these slum communities because of the poor sanitation and little to no infrastructure. There is a lot of disease, including cholera, malaria, and much, much more. Needless to say, poverty is extreme and endemic. Thus, KCC's mission is to help alleviate some of these problems and to empower and build capacity in Kamwokya, and our job was to help KCC accomplish that mission.
KCCC was founded in 1987 by a group of people living in Kamwokya, and many of those same people are still involved with the leadership of the organization. One of the things that has made KCCC so successful is that a very high percentage of the staff continue to live in Kamwokya, so that in essence KCCC is the community. KCCC's programs are very comprehensive and include a clinic with 6 doctors, a vocational training program, a primary school, a savings and credit association, youth program, counseling, mental health, and child welfare programs, and a foster parent-grandparent program, among others. We worked in this building, along with many of the KCCC staff. Our primary responsibility as volunteers was to help the staff with organizational development infrastructure, developing policies, job descriptions, recommend improvements for their major clinic, and for their information technology infrastructure. We believe strongly in teaching and training rather than doing for, so much of our time was spent building capacity. All in all, we were very successful, and as we have in the past, we are committed to continue helping KCCC via email and hope to visit them again next year if our plans gel to volunteer in Western Kenya, which will be quite close to Kampala.
This trip to Africa had a profound effect on us in terms of becoming a part of the community and learning a lot about Ugandan culture, the wildlife there, and developing very strong and what we hope will be lifelong relationships with several of the people that we worked with. We became very close to some of these people, we ate with them, and we even attended the funerals and burials of some of their family members. As you may know, during the past 4 years we were honored by being asked to name the 3 children of a close Ugandan friend, and thus we became the Jajas, the grandparents of these children, Hannah, Jesse, and Benjamin. On this trip we were asked to accompany that couple to the family village of Vastin, the wife, to participate in an introduction ceremony according to their tribal custom, and in fact we helped to negotiate the dowry and we even paid for a portion of it. Once again, I have become a part of an extended family, and I have an African daughter and another grandson. I am proud and honored and humbled. My daughter's name is Atiero Gertrude, and thus I am the Jaja of Asher. We were given Ugandan names from different clans, or else we could not stay married. I am Katende.
And I am Nabuso. At work each morning, we participated in the morning prayer sessions that were observed and sang and drummed beautiful Ugandan music along with everyone. While we are not Catholics, we were a part of the organization and wanted to participate to the fullest. So we did, and grew to love the exuberant music each morning. It is a great way to start the day, and our participation was well received and very much appreciated. And Peter learned how to drum and also learned more Luganda. There is a lot of poverty in Africa, including Uganda, and especially in the slum areas of Kampala. While there are lots of reasons for this, including wars, corruption, rural-urban migration, at the end of the day there is grinding poverty, and one of its markers in Africa is AIDS. AIDS also brings with it TB and a host of other life-threatening diseases. KCCC spends most of its energy on treating and preventing AIDS. However, they and the world are losing the battle. There are more new AIDS cases each day, week, month, year, etc., than are people being helped by some of the new miracle drugs. I can tell you from first-hand experience about malaria. I was lucky because I lived in a big city and had medical care and drugs at my disposal, but many do not, and that is why it is the biggest killer in the world. 2 people each minute, mostly pregnant women and children, even though it is easy and cheap to prevent, but first there must be the will to do it. While disease and poverty are very much a part of Africa, there is much beauty to Africa. We think that African people are friendly, helpful, kind, caring, etc. It seems to be a part of Pan-African culture. The land and all that it holds, birds, mammals, reptiles, even are more magnificent and exciting. There is nothing like a dawn game drive to see animals as they begin a new day, and to say goodnight to them as they relax for the night, even though there are many predators lurking in the bush.
The word safari is a Kiswahili word meaning journey, and our safaris rejuvenate us after several weeks or months of intensive volunteer work. Remember that we are often called upon to try to accomplish a tremendous amount of work in a 3-month period, so we need a break from time to time, and safaris have become our R&R. African sunrises and sunsets are legendary, and we have not seen them as beautiful as this elsewhere in the world. Watching the sun go to sleep while on a sundowner is mesmerizing, followed by a well-prepared meal in the bush, and then drifting off to sleep with the sounds of those animals, birds, and insects, and those predators that serenade us and even frighten us during the night. We love volunteering, we love Africa, and most of what it has to offer, especially the people. We're ready to go again, but not until after we have spent a great deal more time with you and with our family. We're really lucky to have families and friends in many parts of the world. We have become world citizens in every sense of the word.
Just a day or 2 after we left Kampala to return to the U.S., our friends at KCCC made us a farewell party. We will end this presentation the way it began, with a sunset rather than a sunrise, and Peter and Atiero finishing up a song together.
In Luganda we would say to you, Webale nyo, ne tulabagani eda, which means thank you very much, and see you later.